Before we get into the interview, you went out of state to a competition that wasn't, the norm. How was that?
I must say it was a very, very good experience. It was different. At first, we were kind of nervous, right? We were kind of nervous at first, competing against teams that we never won against before. But overall, it was a very good experience. The teams were well mannered. It was great. Yeah.
Hey, you guys came in first place. Okay. Well, let's get into it. So, you're the director and founder of Finest. When did Finest get founded?
Finest, we started in 2003. We started from a church by the name of New Hope Outreach Center. At the time I was 15 years old. With the help of my mother, my brothers and sisters, we started, and the name of the group, during that time, it was named after the church, and it was called New Hope Steppers.
Okay. And when you started there, what was your experience in? Did you have any experience in anything?
When I started, before I started my own team, I was a part of Singing Square Stompers from South Philadelphia, and also was a part of Genuine Magic. And when I was a part of those teams, I always was a drummer. But through the years of drumming, by me watching the girls and seeing what they were doing, that's when I learned how to do a little bit of, everything.
Right. Okay. So you said you started out as New Hope.
Yes.
Where did Finest come out?
Well, we were New Hope for a year, and then later on we had moved to, me and my family moved to Northeast Philadelphia. And I never forget, I remember it like it was yesterday. We were all outside, and we didn't really want to do drugs anymore. And just playing around and playing the drums, and me and my sisters and my little brother, and then kids start coming out of nowhere. And from that day on, we started, and it was Northeast Finest during that time.
Okay. Man, so it was New Hope, Northeast Finest, and then we had Finest.
Yes.
So let's break Finest down.
Finest because when it was Northeast Finest, we were in Northeast.
Right.
Then later on in the years, I moved back to Germantown, and I didn't want to call it Germantown Finest because I felt like that was kind of like starting over. So instead of starting all over again with adding that on here, I just took off the Northeast and I just kept it as Finest.
Okay. Any staff members just here since the beginning?
Well, I was here at the end of Northeast Finest.
Okay.
So it was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay. And you have drilled before?
I had to.
Okay. And now you just stay.
Yeah, I just decided to stay. I feel like I don't want to drill anymore. I just focus on, the kids. That's what I decided to do.
Okay.
With the visions and all of things.
Was that a hard decision to make?
It kind of was a hard decision because I love drilling, but I feel like I can't be aligned and focus on the kids just as well. So I had to give up on my own. So I felt like I would just give up my spot as the cooking and just focus on kids and be the picture.
Okay. So our next question is, why did you start Finest Drill Team?
I started Finest Drill Team. Well, of course, because I had experience from other teams. But when I was a part of other teams, I seen, not to knock the way you and anything like that. But through me being a part of those teams, I see like a vision of something that I can do totally different. I felt like I can take drill team through to the next level other than just drill team. And then that's when, the praise things come out. Now we're working on being a nonprofit organization, after-school programs and food banks and so on. So I just felt like I can use drill team to be my path to get to other things to help out the community.
In drill team, we did say that you did venture out to another competition, but is the AMA going to be the only thing that you
sure right now.
Okay. Well, this is the time you get the exclusive. This is Drill Team TV. You get the exclusive.
You'll see us when you see us.
Okay. Well, you heard it first on Drill Team TV. You'll see him when you see him. Is it any team out there that you just want to be? Be honest. Be honest. Right, because you know, the purpose of drill team is two purposes in drill team. The first purpose is to have fun.
Right.
The second purpose is to win, ultimately.
Yeah.
That's the second purpose.
But let me just say one thing though. Of course, we want to win, and there is, you know, first of all, when you're in a competition, you might be that one, 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 but you might not have to be that one.
Right.
So that's need to be your next process.
And then
Okay, accomplishment. And we do have a competition. We'll always have one because it's always room for improvement.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
It would be like, we're going for it, before we would know, you know.
Right. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
the
yes.
last competition we did next. And it was
Mhm.
and it wasn't not with regular teams that we are used to dealing with. So we dealt with tri-state drill teams too. And when we walked in, we was like, oh, this is something new, this is something different. But at the end, it was such the greatest achievement ever. And I was so proud. And I was proud of that. You know what I mean? We gave them 2 trophies, 2
Okay.
certificates.
Let's speak on that. You got a lifetime achievement award for the drill team. How does that feel?
Best director of the year. Yeah.
That's not right there. Okay, how does all that feel?
It feels great because I came a long way. I mean, even from being a child, having my little fake drill teams, banging on trash cans, and a lot. You know, even being in school, like drill team was always my everything. So I feel like it feels good.
Okay. It felt really good.
I guess if I was being mistaken, it feels like really, you probably used to it.
Right.
You go in the house, you got like trophies everywhere. So it's like, you know, I'm gonna be honest, you know, so it's just like, okay, like, you probably like, oh, well, you know, my team plays first place. Okay, there's nothing to do with it. So it's just like, us as a state, as they got the most, like, wow, we really, you know, support, you know. So it was awesome. It was an awesome experience. You know, some people might think, no.
No, say what you want to say.
I don't want to take it to another topic, you know.
Well, we got a couple topics. Come on, say take it there.
Listen, you so a lot of people might think our feel that finance drill team is stuck up, our copy, and no, we're not. You have to get to know finance drill team personally. Like finance drill team has their up and finance drill team has their like.
As any drill team.
Right, any drill team, like you just, you know, stated not to know, but we just lost our assistant, like right, which is his mom. So it's like we've been through a lot, like as finance drill team. So when we go out and perform, we take all the hurt that we have been through, and all the stuff that's more financial thing we take out on the floor. And it's not that we're cocky, it's just that we have a lot of anger and a lot of hurt that's on our team that we take on the floor.
Well, I mean, I get it because, you know, and it's not being cocky because even with me being a director and, you know, working with girls, I teach my girls to not be scared of anything and not show any type of fear. Even if you are scared, it's not with being cocky, but I get what you're saying.
Right.
I confidence. It's confidence.
Yeah,
It's that confidence and lift your chin up.
yeah.
When you walk with your head down, it's a sign of weakness.
Right.
Lift your chin up, stick your chest out. You know, it's not being cocky, it's confidence. So anybody that thinks you guys are being cocky is just hating.
Yes.
That's how that's gonna go. Yeah. Right.
So whatever they are feeling or what they are rocking inside,
that you have learned from Connie?
I learned discipline. I learned how to be sassy because I'm like this person. I just learned how to perform. Like, it's like when you get that thing, it's like your energy never goes away. It's like you can just perform forever. And as long as you intend to get proud and when you finish, you're like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right.
Okay.
That's proud.
How about you? Because you drill as well.
Where do I start? I mean, Kanika just my director, just my friend.
Okay.
So I learned a lot. I learned how to be a great leader.
Mhm.
I'm the type of person I keep my distance. I don't like people gossip.
Mhm.
So I had to open that up about being around Kanika and being a part of the team. So I learned how to be a people person. Like, I don't really like people, but I had to learn how to do that for the kids and so I had to learn a lot of discipline, like she said, how to just drill. I didn't know how I couldn't drill at all.
You was a drummer.
Mind you, this. I was a drummer, I just played the bass, but I hit my thumb, so this ain't for me. So, and then he's the type, he never really wanted up and down stepping, so, by him letting me drill on his team, it was really, I was really excited. So, I have learned a lot from Kanika. I can say it all day.
Okay. So, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I never addressed it as far as being with my children. But my daughter is on children,
Mhm.
and she's autistic.
Mhm.
She's the first autistic child in the children.
Okay.
When my daughter got this autistic, she had no confidence, she had no social skills, she had no rhythm, no nothing. Now my child is out there, she's accomplished so much. When the first animal student, she does great in school, she gets certificates, she's doing her best, and she's bringing her out of the circle of what is not her norm.
Mhm.
And I really congratulate her for that, for bringing her.
That's good. Like she can't do it, or they get impatient.
Yes,
Right,
she
I
has the
understand.
confidence
Right.
now, and I see her so outgoing as it's being social, with other kids and stuff, and she really said find a guilty as her family.
Right.
To where she wouldn't even go outside, she wasn't like capable of body, but now she's just so outspoken, and I see all her achievements just coming out, and it's just flowing out, it's like, wow. So, now when I go to school, I talk to teachers and stuff like that, and we do IEPs, once they said, what are you worried about your child? I said, I have no worry at all.
Okay, no
Because
worry.
the confidence level is there,
Right.
it's there. So I really thank you for that, for giving her that opportunity. Yes.
So I want to ask you, what have you learned from each member of this staff? Something that you have learned from each member of this staff?
Oh, Jesus. I learned how I have truly learned how to, again, like I always had with the youth, it never was with adults, right? And family, when it was me, my mom, my sisters, we were just running it. It wasn't like, random parents, making the secretaries and this and that. So I truly learned how to work with, different people, different personalities with these adults, and how to step out of where I'm at and come a little bit above, because they're older than me, so that, I have to come off as a leader, but I also have to remember that they're older than me also, you know what I mean? So I learned how to, work with these guys.
I want to go around the table. We can start in either direction. But I want to ask, where do you guys see Drill Team going in the next 5 years? If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. Where do you see it going?
You can start.
Okay.
You can go this way. I honestly, in the sales, I'm about to say, I really honestly don't see Drill Team going too far because there's a lot of people abusing Drill Team and they're abusing the kids that's on the Drill Team, not physically, but mentally and So I feel like, I don't feel like drill team is going to go too far. You know, I just don't,
Me, I feel, I agree with what you're saying. And that is true. I mean, I just feel like it's just so competitive. And of course, everybody is supposed to be good in this place, but I mean, come on, nowadays, you might have, a director might not like another director, and, they might go back and take it to their team, and then, tell them, I don't like them, and I need you to do this and do that. And then a lot of that energy that the director has, it rubs off on the kids, and then they get there, and that team don't like that team, then they might jump from another team to another team, then now that team don't like that team, and it just creates so much chaos. I see some teams like CSS, Camden, Sophisticated Sisters, and I just commend, Talana for all the hard work and stuff that she's doing. I didn't see her on CNN, I didn't see her on Queen Latifah, Steve Harvey, Dancing with the Stars, and I just feel like a lot of teams feel like drill team is only about the AMA, and it's not. You know what I mean? Like, some teams, they say that some teams even just practice in the summer. We're not going to, nobody's coming out there, we're not doing anything. The only thing that they want to go to is the AMA. And I just feel like, it's so much more, that you can do for these kids other than competition. They compete in school, who got the best clothes on, who got the best hair, who got the best this, who got the best that. Bring it, take it to another, it's not all about competition. And that's the problem with the African American community. It's so much competition amongst each other. That's why, so much going on. I just feel like, us as directors, we need to branch out more than just competition. Like my team, we had the black and white ball that we did. We're doing the team summit. I want to invite other teams and stuff out, to encourage the kids and, put them in different workshops. And it's just so much more than just competition, And I just feel like that's the biggest problem right now, And then if you don't win, everybody's leaving your team and joining another team. So, it's just, you gotta take the mind off of that, you know what I mean? You gotta take the mind off of that.
Everybody competes against each other. But then when it's time for us to come out there, we all support each other's teams. And I feel as though we can all come together and come out and support each other's teams, then we should really support each other when we have a competition.
Sorry, but everybody don't support each other.
I know.
And we just gonna keep it real on this.
When it's come time for us to do our own drill teams, I see a lot of hate going on. And if we want to come together as one, let's just be together all the time. Not part of the time, or not when it's time for competition. If you want to be one way, be that way.
I get you saying.
And it should not involve the other kids where they have to come at each other now. Each drill team should always teach their kids to support each other. It's about bringing you to success. This be successful with it. And that's what I see a lot of the drill team directors lack of doing with their kids. That's what thing about. That's my design.
Okay, well, here we go. There's something
Go
else.
ahead, let's go.
Well, I'm a drill team mom. I treat all the kids as though they're mine.
Okay.
I want to say something. Only thing I don't see is the future for the kids in the drill team. I don't mean in the drill team as a team. I mean after the drill team. What do you go? What do you do? So what finance is trying to do, we're trying to advance it past the drill team. Okay, you're 17, you teaching on, you're 18, I'm sorry. But you're teaching on the youth, what you learn. And then what you learn from school, you're also teaching them that also. We want to be a little bit more, bring the education of book into the drill team. Bring life experience into the drill team. We need something to go past the drill team, because once you turn 18, what do you want to do?
A lot of people don't know.
Exactly. Exactly. So if we have somebody that's 18, this being 18, whether you go to college or trade school or something, they see what you're doing. If you're doing something positive,
Right.
and you bring it back, oh, I'm going to cotton common school, or I'm getting there food or something, you know, while you're doing it, and you're bringing that back. What are you doing?
See, a lot of people say babies are sponges, but teenagers are sponges too.
They got worse than babies.
Teenagers are sponges too because whatever they like, whatever they see, you know, somebody, they could be the same age as them, but whatever they see them doing, they want to follow too. So, I mean, you
And
know,
also,
speaking, they got to, I hear a lot of kids and I'll be like, wow, my mom wasn't there 5. When I was, you know, 17, 16, it wasn't that bad. And, you know, like I just sit back and I look and I say, if these kids had something positive to do, and their parents was on them to do these positive things.
And another, and I just want to say one thing too. With, you know, them drilling until they're 17 years old and then turning it over and becoming a coach like she is, they're extending drill team more and more because we're creating more and more coaches, you know, and stuff like that. So, you know, if something was to happen to me, God forbid, I know she'll be able to run this team and take it over, you know, or maybe one day she might want to start her own team. And this is what keeps it going, you know what I mean? So,
And we wanted to really get sponsors, and when we start getting little grants and, you know, and certificates and stuff like that, to where it's more focused for the youth to be expanding the grant.
A lot of people don't want to sponsor their team because they abuse the money. So nobody's like, I'm not gonna say nobody, right? So a lot of people made it late. We got people on certain parts of Philadelphia, come home, tagging for their home. Like,
I mean, they had a, you know, a little clip on the news last night where on the boulevard, some kids were spotted tagging. The news went to where they found out the lady lived, and the lady was home, and the kids were out on the boulevard tagging, and she's sitting in her house, and it was for a dance team. I'm not sure of the dance team name, but they did say it was for a dance team. So I was really happy when I seen it that it wasn't a drill team, because that would have just put even more negative insight on drill teams that we don't already need. So it was like, you know, okay, but it was still bad because when they see us out there, they're gonna be like, so this is what they're.
and then another thing too is that when a lot of people that think about drill team, they don't think about discipline. They don't think about respect. They don't think about being in order. They think drill teams being ghetto and loud and just, you know, a lot of times people come and they say, well, what do y'all do? And what do y'all wear? They ask me a lot of questions and I'm like, you know, and I'm like, and I have to say, well, maybe you go on YouTube and check us out and stuff like that. And then when they watch us, they say, oh, wow, y'all are great, y'all together, the uniforms are nice and neat and stuff like that. You know, and that's why I feel like appearance is everything, the image is everything. You know, a lot of times they might say, you know, drill team, I have seen things in the past, you know, and I just...
You know, I'm not knocking anyone, you know, for what they wear or anything, but, you know, we had a performance recently, and the lady called us like you were saying, it says drill team, you know, what do you guys wear? Do you guys still wear the boots, the white boots? Miss, you know, that's kind of really far back in the day. Traditional. I don't know if, you know, you've seen drill teams recently, but, you know, we have uniforms, you know, it's more theatrical that, you know, that you want to put it in. It's not, you know, traditional.
To the front.
Right, to the front, to the back, all of that. Yeah, so.
I think some teams need to go back to the front to the back and look.
We're going to switch topics here. So we're going to talk about unity. I know you started you know, a group called the Directors of Unity. What was your purpose of it?
My purpose to, when I started the Directors of Unity, was to bring the leaders together. You know, us working together as a team, it's a lot of different talent that we all have. It might be something that I might be good at, that I might can help you, something that you can be good at to help me. And just to bring more unity, you know, amongst the directors and order to get to the kids, you got to get to the directors. You know what I mean? We had planned different events and stuff like that. You know, just to make the drill team world a much better place than the way it is today.
Okay. I know it hasn't been going on for, you know, a very long time, but what do you feel that you have accomplished lately?
I feel like I actually accomplished a lot. You know, I got to know different people, and you know, I learned a lot from a lot of directors that were in the room. You know, a lot of ideas how to, you know, run my team, and you know, just different things that, you know, I was just stuck on. You know, but talking to different directors, it really helped me and opened me up to do different things with my team.
What do you think the problem between directors
To be honest.
are?
It's really sad, you know. I just feel like a lot of directors take it personal. I feel like a lot of directors don't start teams for the right reason. I feel like somebody might have been on one team, and they might have been, you know, like a captain or something like that, and maybe the director said, well, you can't do that. I don't like that. And they say, oh, you telling me I can't do that? I'm starting my own team. So then they might want to go start their own team, and they turn that team hatred towards their old director team. And, you know, it's just, you know, that person might not like that person want to start their own team. It's just not their foundation isn't right. You know, I just think that they started for the wrong reasons, you know.
And that's where, you know, the animosity and, you know, what you were saying comes into play, where, you know, the directors they can't get along, they can't agree with each other, you know. And
And then I believe
competitive.
I believe that some people are so much on this high pedestal. Like I said, like, you know, in the unity group, I learned a lot of things from different people. But, you know, we also had people that felt like they knew everything. You can't tell me nothing. You know, yes, you might win first place. You know, yes, you might be the champions in this, that, and the third, but you might be lacking in another area. You know, you might not know how to play the drums, or you might not know how to do this, or you might not know how to do fundraising, and maybe I can help you with that, or you can help them with that. And some people, they just too cocky, you know, and I feel like some people just need to bring it down a little bit and just remember that it's not about them, you know, because even with me, and I don't start preaching enough, but you hear, even with me, it was times I didn't want to do finance drill team. It was a lot of times I didn't want to do finance drill team. A lot of times. But at the end of the day, I knew that it wasn't about me, and it was about my kids. And not only about the kids, a lot of times the parents, they come here and the parents help out, and it helps them too. You know what I mean? Because we're a family, and, you know, back to my mom passing away and stuff like that, I didn't want to do it anymore. I just wanted to give it up. But at the end of the day, I couldn't do that to my kids because that would be something, you know, so.
Not much a lot of people get involved like that.
Yeah.
I think your team will be so much better. Like you said, they like this high pedestal.
And that's where the support, I don't mean to cut you off, I'm sorry, but that's where the support that we were talking about comes in, you know, as far as, you know, drill teams coming out there. And even as far as drill teams supporting other drill teams fundraisers.
Right.
You know, we can't jump into unity, you know, when, you know, like you said, we still got directors not respecting other directors and having their teams get involved with it, if I'm saying it the right way.
And I feel like Finance Drill Team has supported a lot of people's stuff. But I feel like, you know, a lot of people, they don't support us. I support a lot of people with their fundraising, their big sales, their this, their that. And, you know, and it's okay, you know, because, you know, I'm not doing it, I don't do tick to tack. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I do think that people need to think, you know, like, you know, maybe I might need to go support them like that. And then people will get upset when they do have fundraisers and they're posting it all the time, all in the inbox, and people don't come. I'm not coming. I mean, at the end of the day, why should we come to support you if you don't support us?
And one thing is that, even down to parents. Parents have to get involved.
Yes.
If you want your child to be in something, and you want them to be great at something, that means you need to get involved with your child. I had a parent came to me this evening and asked me, oh, what do you think about the team and what's going on? I said, I think it's beautiful, it's great. If you want your child to be in a drill team, you have to help your child to be positive. So you have to help your child to be positive with their team, and you have to get involved.
Yes.
You have to get involved with your
the children, how they come out, interact with each other. I love to see them move, being active, the uniforms, different ways that they present themselves. It's a whole lot of different, areas of Philadelphia, and they all represent all areas of Philadelphia, and I love to see that. The bad points about it, it's not enough. Not enough. That they actually never come out with children.
I could, sorry, go ahead, Dustin. 'Cause I was ready.
My likes of Dream Team are just seeing the different creative activities and everybody showing their different personalities, everybody doing out there with their confidence, but the women who they still have the confidence that they're doing their best. And like Ms. Kim said, I would like to see more teams, like not just the same teams, but teams with different styles, with different uniforms, more competition.
Before you go, this is an interview with the directors and staff, so I see that you're in here and you used to drill. Are you still, or are you like, what's
I'm not doing it. I'm just focusing on being a coach. I was doing it for about 3 years when finance first started there. And now I'm just ready to help the kids learn how to rap.
Okay, like I asked Marty, was it a hard decision to make?
It was a very hard decision. I love drilling, I love performing, I love entertaining. I love drilling, so it was hard, but it became easier when I see that a lot of kids look up to me and they say, drill like me, or learn.
And I don't mean to cut, I just want to say one thing. One thing about Finance Drill Team, we stopped our drilling at 17.
Okay.
So that's when her birthday is today, actually. So it's her 18th birthday, so when she was, turned 17, she still was doing a little drilling for a while, but we like to train them so they can learn how to be a leader, and we believe that after the age of 17, that, and not to, anybody, what they like to do, but we try to focus more on, getting them into school and, focusing on that and bettering themselves as an adult.
Okay.
So,
We will touch back on that, but
Okay.
your likes and your dislikes.
My likes about drill team. I like drill team because it gives, the youth something to do. I remember when I first started, I don't have a hard day at school or stuff like that going right at home, but I always could look forward to drill team. So to be able to give that back to them is great. One thing I really don't agree with, and I noticed it at the competition last week that we went to, it's not enough sportsmanship. It's not enough, a lot of teams, they tend to dislike each other. When we were there, it was a lot of different teams from all over. Everybody was talking, everybody was getting to know each other, and gave us hugs and asked me if I want water and stuff. And I'm just like, I never experienced anything like that. We came in and like, y'all were sharp, y'all were good, and we just love y'all. And they say, your chance right here. You got teams across the bleachers, going back and forth, but at the end of it, they still smile and they still talking to each other.
Sportsmanship.
It was awesome.
Okay.
And I just feel like, a lot of us, a lot of the Philippines are very, very talented. We're really talented. This is where it's at. But everybody is just so anxious to be better than the next. And I just feel like, we need to start letting that go and just concentrate on building ourselves to be better.
Your likes and your dislikes.
So, I've been with Finance for 4 years.
Okay.
And I like the showmanship. I like how everybody's around, I like how the kids are together. It's not like, different category, the child is category, the child is category, they all come together as one. And I love that about it.
accomplishment throughout New Hope, Northeast Finest, and Finest Drill Team?
My greatest accomplishment, ooh Jesus, was when we had Northeast Finance and stuff like that, we would place and coming first place, things like the L's and stuff like that. But with the AMA, I never was too consistent of being a part of that because I was a little scared, to be honest. But when I stopped for a while and I started fighting this drill team back up, I said, if I'm going to start up, I'm going to be hard, I'm going to make sure I get this together, and I need something different, and I need it to be right. And I said, I'm not going to stop until I get first place. So when I came back in, I was hard, and I was trying, and I was like, up on them. And my greatest accomplishment was when we came in first place. I think that was like the most greatest thing, I could have ever pulled off. Me being in other teams and, stuff like that, but to be able to do that on my own, it was just like, it was great.
Man, with your greatest accomplishment, it comes, something hard that you had to deal with within drill team. What was the hardest thing you had to deal with within drill team?
Well, the hardest thing was, I don't know if it kind of like relate all together, but yeah, it does. The hardest thing is, with my mom passing away, is because, I always had her, by my side, and, always had my brothers and sisters and my family, always, but they had, some of them grew up and they had their own things that they wanted to do, but my mom always was here. But when she passed away, that's like the hardest thing. And the reason why is because, it's nothing like having someone by your side and they always have your back. You could be over here and I'll look and I'll see my mom like, watching. From the other side, watching, because one thing about my mom is, she was always more protective of me. And she didn't really trust a lot of people. She knew how people were. My mom was grown and, I'm still younger than my mom, so she's been here longer, so she just know how the rules is and everything. So, just to always have that support, it's nothing like having your parents support, and to not have that nowadays, sometimes I just feel empty, without having that, but I do thank God that I still want He gave me the strength, to do what I do now.
Right. Okay. I'm going to ask you, because you drilled before, is this your first drill team? Let me ask you this. Is this your first drill team? Okay. What is your greatest accomplishment, if it wasn't the first place, that you had with Finest Drill Team?
I think my greatest accomplishment is becoming a coach.
Becoming a coach? And why is that?
I think it's because when I came in, I had no experience. I was flipping. I didn't know rhythm. And it's like over the years, I was more into this leader character, a good entertainer. And it's like a lot of people be in a drill team, they don't do the work. And say the same spot, that I moved from the back to the front, and now I'm running to the right. So that's my greatest accomplishment.
And how about you, Marty?
Mine was actually being on my team.
Okay.
It just showed the world that there is people out there that still love you.
Right.
That was like one of the best
I
moments.
did see that episode. I think I T-voted.
Everybody don't watch it, it still comes.
My last question of the evening is, if you were speaking to someone that didn't know anything about your team, what would you tell them to inform them that maybe they might want to get involved?
This is hard.
It's like you got money. You got money. It's about work. And just like it's about work for your child, it's about work for your kids.
What about you, Destiny? What would you tell them?
What would you tell them? Taylor?
I'm gonna say what I can tell you because when I'm in school, we always do so serious about it. And like it's so important. You gotta be willing. You gotta be open to be structured, to be criticized, to be taught. You gotta just be open and at the end of the day, when you win it, you won't lose all that hard work and yelling all that stuff. Everything is off the middle. So
said everything, but yeah, you have to be ready. You got to be ready to get screamed at, run laps, get cut when you ain't got it right. Biggest thing is screamed at, do jumping jacks, sweat, funky. Wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it's just so much that you have to be ready for. It's not just, you cannot expect to join the drill team and just go out on the floor and have a uniform and be, there's so much that go on with the process.
It takes a lot of years.
Well, I want to thank Finding Your Team for allowing me, director staff, for allowing me to do this interview. And I want to thank everybody for viewing. So, good night.
Before you cut that off, us as the staff of Finance Drill Team really wanted to, well, I don't know what they were going to say. I'm going to say, we really appreciate that you came out here and interview Finance Drill Team, because that takes a lot of courage. A lot of people don't want people in their business, but what you're doing is a really, really good job. You get a lot off of the director chest, off the stage chest, so.
And to let people know who Finance Drill Team is, people wonder. So I let them know, and I think people are really good job.
Keep up the